Thank you for joining me so much. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. I hope you're doing well. I want to get into our rain outlook, which is finally increasing. But look at this, our first storm of the season, but this was back in January. Now, here's the deal. It wasn't classified then. They weren't sure. The National Hurricane Center out of Miami, Florida, wasn't sure if it was a tropical system or if it wasn't. Now, it was subtropical, okay? So that means close to a tropical system, just a few different characteristics. Either way, you could see this system here. So what they've done over the last couple of months, they've gone back and researched this in the northern Atlantic. That's where it was. And again, they looked at it and they said, hey, this was a subtropical storm. Therefore, it should have gotten a name. But again, we kind of didn't classify it at that time. And you can see the track of this. Here's Cape Cod as you get into the United States, Canada here. And as this rolled in, it had very gusty winds. It briefly developed into a subtropical storm, but it wasn't named at the time. Kind of wasn't caught. They were still kind of looking at it. Either way, the forecast was the same, brought in some of those gustier winds to my friends in eastern Canada. So again, back in January. So kind of an unusual situation, but it does happen. But this is a rare situation. Doesn't happen too often. So now what the deal is, it did not get a name, even though it should have gotten a name. So it's going to be an unnamed subtropical storm, and they're just going to classify it as something else. Okay, so they're not going to go back and give it a name, but it was officially a subtropical storm. It did develop January 16th. It lasted for about a day, the 16th through the 17th. Now, Sable Island in eastern Canada, as this subtropical storm rolled in, it had gusts of 100 kilometers an hour. So very gusty winds of about 60 miles per hour. Now, with that said, since they're not going to go back and kind of retroactively give it a name, we're still going to start with Arlene for the first name on the list. So there was an unnamed system this season that already developed in January, this system here, and then the next name will just take the name Arlene. So that's really how it's going to play out. So if we get a tropical depression popping up out there in the Atlantic basin, it'll be called tropical depression number 2, because we've already had a system, but then if it gets a name, it'll become Arlene. So a little bit confusing, so I wanted to spell that out for you. But again, Arlene will be the first name used on the list, but we've already had a system out there this season. A rare tropical system, or at least subtropical system, did develop in January. Now, let me show you what's going on right now. And finally, a bump up in some of the rain chances. Here's a look. Seeing a cluster of some rain over toward the Bahamas. We've seen that chance of scattered showers back through parts of the Cayman Islands. Haiti has a chance of a shower, and again back through Cuba. Watching Florida for a few passing showers today. Some spots still too dry. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. We're actually going to have a chance of getting some rain in the outlook. So let me dive into that. I want to show you what's next. Super important with this rain outlook. Now, it's not widespread, but at least there's a chance. I'm trying my best to find something positive out there. You see today, hit or miss shower storm, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, still dry in the ABC Islands. Not a lot today in Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana and Suriname, where we've had some flooding the last couple days. Still watching out for that chance of rain. But Belize today in Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, a better chance of rain, even parts of the Yucatan of Mexico. Now, flipping over into tomorrow, we'll get some spotty showers, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. And you see here again, through the Bahamas, chance of some spotty showers. So Belize, we have a chance of some rain today. Not a high chance tomorrow, but we could get a passing shower. Colombia, watching out for a few of the showers. And not a ton in the Eastern Caribbean. Dominica, Martinique, Guadeloupe, St. Kitts and Nevis, over toward Montserrat, passing shower. But look at this as we get into Sunday. I mentioned Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire. See a little bit of that rain from Venezuela. That may feed in on Sunday. So a better chance of getting some showers on Sunday. Could see some passing showers over towards St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, and Trinidad and Tobago. And still a spotty shower here as we get into the Western Caribbean, the pop-up storms in Cuba. But today, a better chance of some rain in Belize. Not all of us are going to get it, though. And then by Sunday, a better chance of rain in the ABC Islands. So at least we're starting to get some changes in the pattern as we inch to the true wet season. And that's what I'm going to be breaking down further as we get into next week. All right, so how much rain can we get? You look at Cuba, for example, showing white on the map, which would be 100 millimeters of 4 inches of rain. Now, we're not necessarily going to get that, but what that is telling me is that we're going to get some of the afternoon storms in spots. Same thing in Belize and Honduras. And of course, if you happen to get a thunderstorm, you know how it goes. You get some of those tropical downpours around, and you could get a quick 50 millimeters or plus of some rain. So spotty showers possible, not as much though. You see St. Lucia, Barbados, Antigua, Barbuda, passing shower over toward Anguilla, St. Martin, St. Croix, hit or miss shower. Same thing in Puerto Rico, just a pop-up shower. But again, starting to see the pattern breaking down, at least some new spots. We'll be getting some rain over the next couple days. We'll take what we can get. So with that, here's Belize. 40% chance of rain today. Rain chance does drop off some this weekend, so fingers crossed we get some rain today. Jamaica, we'll see some spotty showers. We've had some over the last couple of days in some spots. A 50% chance today, a 40% chance as we swing through the weekend. St. Lucia, that minimal chance as I was just showing you. Again, most spots in the Eastern Caribbean, we just don't have a lot to play with at this point. Kind of waiting on some tropical waves. None yet. Kind of waiting on those to start working our way. Trinidad and Tobago next couple of days. 20-30% chance of a few showers. Hopefully some of the showers from Venezuela can kind of spill over as we get into Sunday. I'll keep an eye on that. So a slightly higher rain chance for some. More water restrictions, though, are going to kick in. Some spots have them. You're not alone. Again, a lot of spots are on standby. If it stays dry, there'll be more water restrictions in place. So again, more most likely are coming because although the rain chance bumps up for some of us, it's not a lot. As I mentioned, still waiting on some of these tropical waves. Keeping an eye on some of the ash, especially as you get over toward Guatemala, over toward El Salvador, watching some of the ash around as you get toward Mexico and swinging back toward Belize. I have more on that over on Earth QC. You could search that on YouTube. Caribbean, as far as the seas are concerned, I haven't been breaking that down too much, but I want you to know, captains, mariners, I got my eye on that. But overall, we're looking at about 1 to 2 meters plus in some spots as we go through the weekend. And still watching that pesky Saharan dust. So I'm going to keep an eye on everything. Hurricane season starts June 1st. We had a system out there already. Let's see what the next couple weeks hold as we get closer to the start of hurricane season. I'll keep you posted on everything I'm seeing out there. Have a great weekend.